If you've been running local service ads and you have noticed an increase in bad quality message leads, I have a reason why, and it's actually an update from Google that was kind of swept under the rug. There wasn't a lot of big talk about it. It was just a new quote unquote feature that they released. But this feature actually hurts advertisers more than it helps. And in fact, it just benefits Google, to be honest, based off of what I'm seeing. And I've actually seen Yelp use this method for the past couple of years. And I guess Google just copied them so that they could try to get as much revenue as they can out of advertisers. But I wanted to share what it is. So this is actually only going to be available on the mobile experience. Most people these days anyway are searching on their mobile phones. So for the search plumber Irvine, this is what appears. Get competitive quotes. This is new. This is the new feature that Google has added to the LSA's local service ads or Google guarantee. What you'll see is you'll see this new get competitive quotes. And then you'll also see the typical LSA ads that appear underneath it. If you were to click on get competitive quotes, basically what's going to happen is there's going to be a pop-up that appears in the search engine results page right here, and it's going to ask for your inquiry, question, or message, and it's going to auto-populate your name, your phone number, and your email if you've already saved that information with Google. If not, it's going to prompt you and ask you for it. But basically it's trying to eliminate as much friction as possible. And basically it's saying, well, instead of calling one by one, if you're going to be price shopping, just go directly here to get competitive quotes, and we will pick the top 4 that have the messaging ads enabled. And instead of messaging all of these individually, you just have to go here and then submit directly, and then it will go to the top 4 that have messaging enabled. Now, this actually benefits Google quite a bit because instead of just charging users just for one lead, now Google gets to charge for four different advertisers versus just when someone were to click over here. Now, in the past, is there a possibility that someone may have called all the top 4? Perhaps, yes, especially if you're a price shopper. So I think Google has implemented this just so that, of course, they could increase their revenue, but then also so that they could just make it easy so that, especially if you don't care about the brand of the brand of the company, then you just want to get the number, you just want to get the quote, then you would just go here. But of course, this is really benefiting Google the most because instead of just charging Barker & Sons $50 for a lead, now if one person were to just go directly here and submit it, then they could charge $50 across 4 plumbers. So instead of $50, now Google's making $200. And the problem with this from an advertiser's perspective is the leads are not exclusive. Now these have become shared leads. Now Barker & Sons is competing against All City, A1. Not that they weren't before, but this becomes a lot more difficult because someone, and I don't know if people are savvy enough to know that, by clicking on this, then they're actually going to be contacting 4 plumbers, or if they're just going to be contacting one. Some people might not even be reading this. They might just say, okay, get competitive quotes. Okay. But Yelp is a little bit sneaky in that they have a similar type of feature, or their only feature that I know of is pretty much getting a competitive quote. They make you think that you're messaging just one company, but in fact, it's also sending it to like 3 other competitors. So any other advertiser that's competing with that advertiser has the opportunity to try to swoop in and steal that lead from the other, the person that the user thought that they were messaging. For example, I was actually looking for a party vendor for my son, a balloon vendor for my son's birthday party on Yelp. And I thought I just messaged one person asking for a quote, but instead they had this similar type of feature where it messaged 4 or 5 other vendors, and they weren't even balloon vendors. So then I would get like random companies messaging me back saying like, oh, we don't do balloons. And then I look at my history and I see that I never even sent them a message, but it was because of this type of feature. Now, hopefully Google doesn't get it too far away from, what you're looking for in terms of the service. But if you want, from a user's perspective, this might be good so that the user doesn't have to go one by one to get quotes. If all they care about is just the price and they don't really care about, getting to know the brand or, whatnot. I think for these types of services, people don't care as much. They just want to see, are they trusted by Google? Do they have enough like reviews? What type of rating do they have? And even to appear here, you need to have a pretty strong rating, and you need to have, I think, a minimum of, it's not really a lot, 10 reviews or something like that, but all the ones that really dominate are the ones with thousands of reviews in this area. But what I'm trying to get at here is this is an update that I'm seeing that's actually hurting advertisers more in terms of them getting leads that are harder to get a hold of, especially if you do not have a good follow-up system in place. You should not be even doing LSAs, because if you can't get back to your leads quick enough, then your competitors will, and they are going to take away the potential business. The other thing here is with message leads. I have some thoughts in regards to message leads. I typically don't recommend them to clients. You can disable message leads. I always recommend phone call leads, but message leads, what I hate about it is even if it's a completely irrelevant message, you will still get charged by Google. I had a personal injury attorney that was charged because someone was looking to contact Uber for some type of customer support question, and I tried to dispute it with Google, and Google said, too bad. Any lead, according to our terms and services, anyone that messages through the messaging system, through the message button on Google, is counted as a lead. Even if I was looking to buy dog shampoo, and if I was looking to buy dog shampoo and wanted to drain all these plumbers' budgets, I would just go here and type in, where can I buy dog shampoo, or what's the cost of dog shampoo, and all those 4 plumbers would get charged. And what will Google say? Too bad. That's part of our terms and services. So if you notice that the quality of your message leads are getting worse, it's most likely because of this. And then also, I'm not sure what other, things Google's been doing, behind the scenes, but this is the big thing that has been driving down the quality, because now it's making all of the advertisers compete even harder to get the lead versus more of an exclusive lead. And yeah, I think message leads are not the best. I have a video on it. I will drop it in the description below to share even more detail on why I don't recommend message leads. So if you'd like to learn more about my POV, definitely check out the description below. I would love to know your guys' thoughts. Have you seen this already? Is this something that you are gung-ho about? Have you seen great results come from it? What do you think about message leads yourself? I would love to hear them. And another thing too is I noticed that message leads are cheaper versus phone calls. I think too, like when it comes to message leads, just the intent of the user is not as strong versus phone call, because message leads are just hoping that you'll get back to them whenever. Versus a phone call, it's more of an urgent type of, request. So let me know if you found this video helpful. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel. I post videos every week about Google Ads and also sprinkle in local service ad videos and tips whenever I can. If you're looking for managed services with your LSAs, if you're looking for help with your Google Ads, and you're spending at least $2,000 a month, check out the link below on my website, Level 28 Media, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.